Hello, everyone. Loaded Buggy here, back with another Call of Duty commentary. Got some Call of Duty Ghosts for you, Team Deathmatch on Prison Break. This is the slowest possible gameplay that I have in my bank, but that's entirely necessary because I have the Jibber Jabber King with me once again, my buddy, Krakken 7 Down.
Help, I'm being held against my will.
He is, and in unusual fashion, we, I talk about a lot of serious topics on this this channel. Lots of existential, internal evaluation, mental evaluation, lots of serious topics, and I think it's about time we just do something stupid, something silly, just for the fun of it. So again, I have my buddy Krakken here, and I have a list of would you rather questions that we're going to discuss here. And Krakken has not heard these questions yet, so
No,
and I will admit they are not super rated R. They're probably not even PG-13, to be honest. But I do think they are hard-hitting questions that might be hard to actually answer.
Before we get to that, can I just say the attack and the pathetic attitude that people had towards this game was abysmally depressing and sad. This game was phenomenal. This is one of the best Call of Duties. I'm just saying.
I love
hot take.
It's a partially hot take. I think the maps on COD Ghosts are absolute dog water in most cases, but the gunplay and everything was pretty good. I liked the gunplay. I thought everything was fine. I thought this was like the last of the really good Call of Duties before it kind of became really inconsistent. But anyway, that's all right. Krakken 7 Down. I have 5 would you rather questions here, and they are going to test you. We're going to start off a little bit easy, and then we're going to escalate a bit. So, question number 1, and also I will be answering these questions as well, so that way I'm not just putting Krakken on the spot. Question number 1. This is easy peasy. This one you're probably going to be able to answer real quickly. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout? Before you answer, I think context is important, because if you're only whispering, it'd be like highly inconvenient if you're at, I don't know, a church that plays gospel music, or at any concert, or at any situation or gathering where it's particularly loud, football game, etc. You're gonna have a real hard time interacting with people. But on the flip side, if you're only able to shout, and you being a person that's ordained to do weddings and also funerals, I think that's a important thing to think about too, because context of that may, you at the doctor's office, the library. Let me hear your thoughts.
I'd have to go to the doctor's office and the library, first of all, for that to be a problem.
Fair enough.
Not an issue. I'd have to say, without a shadow of a doubt, shouting. I do it anyways. And to just take off all the pressure of having to be quiet, like, just because I can't be quiet, like, taking that pressure off of me, like, knowing when to tone it down a little bit. No. Just knowing I have to shout all the time, boom, done, easy.
That's true, because I guess if you go to a sense of a place where shouting's inappropriate, you just don't say anything. I guess. Or
I just stand really far back from that place and shout as close as I can to get whoever's attention that I need.
What if you're officiating my funeral? Actually, I would prefer you shout. I think it'd be funnier.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was easy one. Question number 2. Would you rather, this is also another easy one, would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life, or constantly feel like you have to sneeze?
God, what is wrong with you? Why would
Both of these feelings are dreadful.
Hiccups, because at least hiccups could be every 5-10 minutes. Always having the feeling of having to sneeze, and do I at least get to sneeze every now and again, or is it just you always have it?
You'll never sneeze again.
Hiccups.
And the hiccups is not intermittent. The hiccups is all the time.
Even if it's like every 5 seconds, like, I'd rather have that, knowing a hiccup's coming, and just be like, oh. Yeah. I can live with it. It'll eventually dull out to where I don't notice it anymore. Whereas I just smacked a fly out of the air with my hand. Wow.
Jackie Chan over.
Anyways, instead of always having that feeling that you can't, like, in a non-inappropriate way of me saying this, you can't release that feeling or get the relief for that feeling. So yeah,
that's true.
Easy.
The only good part about a sneeze is like the leading up feels good, knowing that the release and the explosion is coming.
100%.
But if you can't have that, if you can't actually sneeze, it's gonna suck. So yeah, I think I'd go hiccups too. Question number 3. This is actually one that I stole from Optic Gaming. I watched a video that they had did, and this was their question. I kind of might have modified it to make the question harder. So here it is: would you rather curse uncontrollably once a day, like borderline Tourette's, at random, or bark like a small dog every time you need to poop?
Okay, so here's
this
the
is
thing.
like Chihuahua loud bark.
So I might already have the first one down. So that's. I would have to say. Okay, so what was the first one again?
The first. Would you rather curse uncontrollably once a day at a random time, or bark like a small dog whenever you need to dookie?
You know, for as long as I have to dookie, until it's done.
Yes, until you are finished pooping.
Okay, so here's the deal. I love God and everything. I love Jesus, and I go to church and all that stuff. But sometimes a word or two slips out. So I'd have to
But this
say,
is at a random time and
hold
uncontrollably.
I know. I'm getting to somewhere.
All right.
Somewhere. The thing is, I'm interviewing for a job at a church here pretty soon. So I'd have to probably say the barking uncontrollably, because I can at least explain that as a medical condition, and I'm not offending anyone. Especially if I take care of my business before I get there, which often I do first thing in the morning. The more you know. So I'd have to say I'd have to bark like a chihuahua just for the sake of my job.
Yeah. I think I'd have to take that one too. I curse very, very little. It is extremely infrequent, so that would be a shock to. Like, imagine I'm at my mother-in-law's house, who is basically "quote unquote" squeaky clean, and I just absolutely unhinge. That would ruin my perfect image. I'm just kidding. But yeah, the barking uncontrollably every time you have to poop, that would be hilarious, actually. So I'm definitely going that one too. All right, we got about 3.5 minutes here. Next question. Would you rather wake up naked in a forest 5 miles away from home, or in your underwear at an in-person job?
That's a tough one.
Assuming you get this church job, then
I'd have. You see, what time of year is it? First of all,
it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
We'll say
because
we'll say spring.
If I wake up naked in the woods in the middle of winter, that's not going to be too nice. Okay, spring. Knowing the area that I live in pretty good, and that there is lots of roads through the forest here, I'd probably wake up naked in a forest, because Jerry Big Five wants to talk to you. Because I don't think I could explain my way out, especially if I get this church job. I don't think I could explain my way out of that without getting fired.
Oh, yeah.
So let's say the woods.
I mean, it would suck for me because I live in the city. So if I chose the 5 miles naked one, then that would just be dreadful. But if I took the second one, I'm fired. No questions asked.
Yeah,
so I have to take the first one.
The cops might arrest me and throw me in jail, but I at least have the ability to possibly dodge. Or I could fashion myself some clothing, e.g., Adam and Eve.
That's fair.
Survivor
I could probably
Man.
do the same thing. I find the closest dumpster, dump out a trash bag, and put that on, and I just look like a wacko walking down the street. So
there you go.
I think that's the easier question. This is going to be the hard one, and we're not going to give specifics. This is the hard one. Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts?
No.
Or everyone you know have access to your internet history?
Like the full history?
All of it. Every last thing.
Since I was a child. Right?
Absolutely. Your entire internet history, or be able to read your thoughts?
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, this one would be tough for you. I mean, it's tough for me too.
Now let's just put it out there. My internet history as of late has been pretty clean. It's been pretty good. Okay, so I'm just cover CYA right now.
But you have to imagine the willpower of some of these people, knowing that they have full access to your entire internet history. They're not going to stop at most recent. They're going to go back to the beginning of freaking
All
time.
I'm saying is I'm a good guy now. I'm clean. I'm squeaky clean now. But I mean, I will say, at no point did I ever look up anything taboo. We'll put it that way. Because
Nothing illegal. Nothing that would get you in trouble.
Nothing.
I mean, it might
illegal.
get you in trouble with the wife, but
or something that would make me look like, you know what? I'm just gonna. I don't know. It would have to. I'll go with the thoughts. People can read my thoughts at any point because there's not much going on up there, anyways. As of late, when you're a father of three, you don't. Your mind just turns to mush. So the chances of anything slipping by is probably minimal. The only thing that I would have to say that would come up that would be embarrassing is me thinking, "Damn, that breath of yours," or did you really choose to wear that today? That kind of stuff. For the most part,
I'm choosing
everything
the
else is
exact
pretty
same
empty.
thing. I'm going read your thoughts because I already have this issue with letting my intrusive thoughts win. So sometimes I just blurt that crap out anyway. But I mean,
True.
I mean, it's still not going to go great for me if someone's reading my thoughts. But at the end of the day, I think that's the better option. I think that's the safer option because at least that can't be misconstrued. I mean,
It'll train
your thoughts are what they are.
It'll train you not to think certain things. And yeah, that's that was a curveball. I wasn't ready for that one.
I thought you'd like that one. Well, hey, if you guys enjoy this type of goofier content, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be sure to get a Krakken back in on this, and we'll do more videos like this in the future. But if you like this type of content, please click a like, leave a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you want to see more from me in the future. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.